Hi friends, welcome to group meeting. So today we read Peter's Chair. And in Peter's Chair, he runs away from home because they're taking all of his things that he grew out of and giving them to his little sister. And so it shows us in the book that he's too big for them. He doesn't fit in them anymore. And so his mommy and daddy are painting them pink to give to his little sister. So today we're going to learn about measurements. We're going to learn about how things grow and how we measure them. So specifically, I'm going to use my baby doll as an example. So with babies, when a doctor is measuring a baby, the baby can't hold up its head by itself. So when it measures how heavy the baby is, how much it weighs, the baby has to be in something that's kind of like a box. It's not necessarily a box, but it's kind of like a box. And so they lay the baby in the box so that they can weigh it. And my box doesn't necessarily fit my baby because this is a really big baby doll. But so they'll put the baby in the box and they'll weigh it. And babies, how much do my friends think babies weigh? How heavy do you think a baby is? Ooh. Those are some interesting numbers. Well, I'll have you know that a baby weighs 7 pounds. So my friends, depending on how old you are, you'll weigh between 30 to 40 pounds. And we use a different scale to weigh us because we can stand up and we can hold our heads up. So a scale at the doctor's office can look different than a scale you might have at home. I took some pictures of me and my little cousin weighing ourselves on the scale that we have at home, which is similar to how you would be weighed at a doctor's office. So my cousin, she is 3 years old, and so she weighs 35 pounds. However, I weigh 191 pounds, so I am heavier than my little cousin because I am older and I am bigger than her. And she is lighter than me because she is smaller. And so using a scale is how we measure weight. But when a baby is born, we also have to measure how long they are, what their length is, or how tall they are. So my baby is pretty big. And what we use to measure a baby, because they cannot stand up on their own, so we cannot use what they use in the doctor's office to normally measure people. They use a tape measure, which is really long, and super super flexible, so it can be easily moved. So you lay the baby down, and from the top, gotta find the beginning here. So from the top of the head to the feet of the baby, and you measure how long that is. And that is the length of the baby, or how tall the baby is. And so this baby is about 15 inches tall. So long, I can't even fit it on my computer screen. Oh, there it is. This is how tall the baby is. And so I have a string that is the same length as the baby. And you see, it's about the same width, the same length as my shoulders are apart. Just a little bit different. Most babies when they're born are 20 inches long. My baby's a little smaller, but it's a baby doll, so it's okay. But the string, if I put it to the top of my head, it goes just below my armpit. I know you can't see it on the screen, but it goes just below my armpit. Or a better thing might be that it's almost the length of my arm. So I am definitely much bigger than the baby. And I'm sure most of my friends are much bigger than the baby too. So those are measurements. So we talked about weight, which is how heavy we are, how much we weigh, or how light we are. And some of my friends might be really small and not weigh too much. And then we also learned about length, how tall we are, how long we are. So some things my friends can do at home to measure themselves or to explore measurement some more is guessing or estimating how much something weighs, or talking about how tall or short something is. So if my friend has a sister or a brother, if you stand next to them, you can see if you're taller than them or shorter than them. You can guess if you're going to be taller than something or shorter than something. Say you stand next to your refrigerator, your fridge. You can guess if you're going to be taller than your fridge or shorter than your fridge. Or your chair. And you're going to be taller than your chair or shorter than your chair. And you can do the same thing with weight. You can take some things that you might have around the house, like I have a hairbrush and I have some hand sanitizer. So you can guess, you can estimate which one is going to be heavier. Which one does my friend think is going to be heavier, the hairbrush or the hand sanitizer? Oh, I don't know. I think the hand sanitizer feels a little bit heavier. My friends can do that with things that they have at home. And if you want, you too can make, if you have some string or some yarn, you can also measure yourself with the string or yarn so you'll know how tall you are with the string. Or if you have a tape measure, or some other friends, they might not have a tape measure like this. They might have a tape measure that looks like this. This is more of a tool tape measure. Usually it's used for measuring how far away something is, or the size of something, like wood, if your parents are working, or if your family is working with construction stuff. You have to know how big something is. Like if you're getting a new fridge, you have to know how big it is. That way you know if it's going to fit through your door. So I hope my friends had fun learning about measurement, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye!